and a very warm welcome to Realty Buzz. You're listening to Mansi Dave, and let's get started with the daily news bulletin on the real estate sector. To start with, let's take a look at the landmark verdict. It says, fraud builders will provide land against plot acquired by them. The Consumer Court has at least 300 cases against builders who lure consumers with money and cheat them by taking away their property and money. Following in the footsteps of National Consumer Redressal Commission, the Consumer Court of Bhopal has come out with a landmark judgment which states defaulter builders will have to provide land against plots acquired by them. This has come as a big relief for consumers cheated by fraudulent realtors. The judgment also called upon registry offices to ensure plots are immediately registered in the name of consumers after their case is disposed. Cases drag in court, costing consumers their time and money. This judgment has come as a lifeline for plaintiffs who have been fighting to get back their plot in which they invested their lifelong savings after losing it into the fraudulent builders and real estate agents. The judgment was passed by Akhilesh Pandya, Judge District Consumer Court, soon after National Consumer Redressal Commission took cognizance of the growing menace of builders and real estate agents carrying out shady deals with buyers. And the next news talks about the real estate's long winter. The home buyers are willing to wait for a price cut. With inventories rising, builders are doing everything they can with unique offers. But the buyer, with eager expectations of a price cut, doesn't want to buy. He is willing to wait. Let's take a look. 33-year-old HR executive Kaustubh Pradhan has been on the lookout for a house in Mumbai for the last few years. He has come close to several times, but unlike many of his friends, never managed to cross the bridge. Occasionally, when he does find a good option, the seller's price expectation puts him off. Now, looking at the state of the market and stress among builders, he has come to the conclusion that it is best to wait. A further price cut may be round the corner. This is a really strange situation though. Builders and investors who are desperately looking to offload their properties, in this case apartments, are doing everything they can with one unique offer of a subvention scheme, trumping another equally superb plan. To sell an apartment, a gold coin is competing with a car today. But the buyer, with eager expectations of a price cut, doesn't want to buy. He is willing to wait. Every time he goes out and sees the hoardings, the buyer sees more lucrative schemes, says Sunil Rohakle, Managing Director of Ask Group, which manages a PE fund that invests in residential housing projects across India. He is still expecting more concession, more financial flexibility in the future for him. It's the perceived benefit that are stopping him from buying. Housing inventory in the top 6 cities rose to 853.09 million square feet, or about 650,000 apartments in the quarter to March, from 832.09 million square feet in the previous quarter, according to the property research firm Lysis Faraz. Among all markets, NCR had the highest inventory at 321.68 million square feet, which will take about 71 months to get sold at the current pace of sales. The Mumbai metropolitan region was the next with 192.27 million square feet. That will take 46 months to be sold. Bangalore was among the best performing markets among the larger ones with 152.43 million square feet. That will take 27 months to sell. We'll give you more statistics, but here we go for a short break. Stay tuned. In Mumbai particularly, uncertainty over government policies on housing and lack of clarity on property tax is holding buyers back. Welcome back after the break. As we were talking about various cities and their trends in real estate, these numbers are scary numbers for buyers as well as the real estate firms, which have been reeling under a liquidity crisis for the last few years. These numbers also illustrate how things could go wrong in a highly price-sensitive industry that is susceptible to the vagaries of consumer sentiments, interest rates, and commodity price changes. Renu Sood Karnad, Managing Director of Housing Development Finance Corporation Limited, India's largest mortgage lender, says a lot of buyers to be are waiting for interest rates to come down. Also, that syndrome that prices will come down and we should wait is also there, she says. Karnad points out that there is a lot to talk about interest rates in the news and people get influenced. People think that if interest rates come down, the economy will improve. Builders will also pass on the benefit and prices will come down, she says. According to her, builders are in a convoluted way bringing down prices through subvention schemes. In some of these, buyers need to pay only 30% at the time of booking and the rest at the time of possession. Comparatively lower prices and hope that interest rates will come down further should push people to start buying homes by Diwali, she forecasts. Usually, we all think that when prices come down, demand improves. However, the reverse is turning out to be true now as buyers are expecting more reduction in prices and therefore not acting right now, says Yashwant Dalal, president of Estate Agents Association of India. In Mumbai particularly, uncertainty over government policies on housing and lack of clarity on property tax is holding buyers back. But then there are other serious aspects too that have buyers worried. Tanush Duhan, who works with an MNC in Gurgaon and is looking to buy a second home, says the option today is between buying a ready to move in apartment or one under construction. Prices of ready property are still high and unaffordable. In comparison, there is dime a dozen schemes to sell new properties in which prices are reachable. But there is one big problem. These under construction properties haven't moved much in the last 1 year. Well, this is the reason why homes are being delayed by years, and that thought is scary, says Duhan. Of the 17 lakh apartments launched between 2008 and 2011, 55% were delayed by the least 1 year and 20% by over 48 months, many of which have still not been completed. That is the long wait for a home. Every other day, there is news for buyers agitating against the very builders that these new buyers might buy their homes from. It is a hard fact to digest for them, and many are apprehensive. Abhay Khemka of Gurgaon-based real estate brokerage firm Khemka Investments and Properties says people are playing a cautious game also because despite what the new governments had promised in the last year or so, nothing much has changed on the ground. Buyers want to see real change on the ground before they put in money into the biggest purchase of their lives. Till then, it's futile competition between builders to sell off inventory by bringing down prices, says Champalal Bed, director of Kolkata-based Champalal and Company. Despite lower prices, there are no takers. Buyers are deterred by negativity in the outlook of the government. Coming on to the next news, Quikr in talks to buy Housing.com in cash and stock deal estimated at Rs 1100 crore. According to people directly aware of the development, the cash and stock deal could be stuck up at 1100 crore depending on the stock cash split. Online classifieds portal Quikr is in talks to buy Housing.com in what will amount to distressed sale of the real estate listing startups, which has lurched the one controversy of another in the past year. The cash and stock deal could be stuck at Rs 1100 crore, which is $175 million, depending on the stock cash split. The details are being worked out. During its last round of funding in November, Housing was valued at Rs 1500 crore. In that round, SoftBank led a $90 million investment in the Mumbai-based company. The Japanese conglomerate is the biggest investor in Housing and is estimated to have invested $70 million. Right now, the deal is 70% in stock. If the stock amount is over 80%, then the valuation can increase to $175 million. Representative of Quikr and SoftBank did not reply to mail seeking comment. So that is all for this episode of Realty Buzz. We will be back with more on this. Till then, keep watching Spin TV. Goodbye and take care.